Last but not least, Mahlon joins us.
Hi.
Mahlon, where did you get your basketball game? How did you get good at basketball from your younger days?
Wow.
How did you pull all this off?
I just started AAU in 4th grade, and I just tried to work really hard, and I had good coaches along the way, good people to play with. My teammates were great. So.
Did you ever think it would get this good, 67-0, being playing AAU ball back
I
in 4th grade?
never dreamed it. I never thought that it was even possible.
Who were you rubbing elbows with and playing basketball against as a young kid that kind of inspired you to do all this?
Kind of all these same people. I have played with just about all of them on a team besides St. Pius, except for Bridget. She plays on the Steelers. And it's just been great.
Who's been your AAU coach over the years? A couple of different coaches, maybe?
Yes, sir. I've played for Johnny Richardson.
You mentioned Johnny?
And I've also played for Stacy Ellis, who I play for now.
Stacy Ellis, male or female?
Male.
Male. I've heard that name a few times too, and I guess on the AAU
He's
rounds.
Phoenix coach. Yes, sir.
And 67-0, what does all that mean to you from all these past couple of years?
It's just hard work and determination really can accomplish things.
How have you gotten better from where you were maybe a couple of years ago?
I've been more confident in myself. Coach Shelton has really told me to stay confident and, don't be cocky, but believe in myself.
See, we had a girl here a couple of weeks ago, Hannah Hauser. I don't know if you've ever heard of Hannah with Northwest Guilford. You got Hannah, you got, actually Hannah's with Caldwell Academy. Peyton Cadlesek. Peyton's also there as well. You may have heard of some of those names. But you remind me so much of Hannah, just sitting there like today you are. Good confidence. Now, you can take that confidence you got from this year, from the past couple of years. Where are you going to be at school at next year?
I'm going to Greensboro Day School.
To play with the Bengals then?
Yes, sir.
Can you help them get a championship? Have you kept up with them at all? They have had some, the same seat you're sitting in, Caroline Spur and Tamara Thorpe, they sat there a couple of weeks back. I mean, Providence Day, that one team, they just cannot seem
I know, it's crazy. I wish they could have in the championship, but it happens.
Yeah, it's got to go their way eventually.
It will.
And do you think you'll move right into the, maybe it's too much to ask, maybe right in the starting lineup when you get there? You ready to go that route? Hopefully jump in there?
I'd love that, but we'll see how it goes.
Talk about your role on this team, position-wise and input-wise for the Comets. You don't hear that name that often, the St. Pius Comets. Talk about your role with the team.
I'm a shooting guard. I try to drive. I try to shoot. I try to give us points. I've been working more on my defense this year, and I just try to, I don't know.
Do you get it from the AAU? Do you get it from the Comets, or do you go to camps or go other places too to get all this?
I get it from AAU, a lot of it, and just having the confidence of my team behind me has helped me a lot.
How's this confidence from Coach Shelton rubbed off on you? She's got a lot of confidence going in. She's a tough competitor, but also a confident and ambitious person too. How's that rubbed off on you?
She is. She just believed in us the whole time, and that's transferred into me believing in myself. Because if I got her behind me, then I need myself too.
Kind of ask us about a young lady. Have there ever been games? I mean, I've felt this way myself, even back playing games and coaching games, where you go home that night and say, man, you've won some of these games, even maybe after a bad practice where you sit down almost like crying about that day. And the girls have a lot of emotion involved in this stuff. Have there been days like that?
There have been many, but you just got to work through it, You have to fight for what you want.
And what keeps that fight going? Is that an inner burning desire on your part? Did you have to kind of instill in yourself and kind of reinvigorate that same fight every day?
You need to. If you want to get where you want to go, you have to.
Where do you want to go down the road?
I want to play Division I in college.
So you're on to college also. Where are you going to go to college? I know you're going to Greensboro Day next year, going to Lawndale Drive to play for John. That's Coach John's last name. Escapes you right now at Greensboro Day. But where do you want to go to college?
I'd like to go to Duke with my friend Bridget, or Carolina, or just a big school in state.
And what do you got to do to keep getting better and better as you hope to get there one day?
I have to work on my ball handling a lot. Just keep on working on my confidence, keep on driving, be more aggressive, tough.
Right hand or left hand? Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, so my left hand's weaker.
So you got to work on that left hand a little bit.
Yes,
you ever
sir.
go out days and just kind of overemphasize that left hand dribble?
Yes,
Yeah. And taking it to the basket's a challenge, you say, sometimes too for you, right?
Sometimes yes, because sometimes they'll double team me, or you have to work on it.
What about the contact? You're going up sometimes, somebody's going to hit you or foul you. Do you just have to kind of take that and go with that?
Yeah, I'm sometimes looking for it because I'd rather get to the line.
And you look at your teammates. Let me throw their names out real quick because this 5 means so much. This 5 is a bond between this 5 group of players. Looking at Ava, what do you remember about Ava and take with Ava?
Ava's a great friend. She's been there for me. She's a player I can trust with the ball. She'll get me the ball. She'll get everyone the ball. She's just a great point guard.
What about Emma?
Emma, wow, she's diverse. I can give her the ball, and I know she'll take it to the hoop.
And you look at Jillian.
Jillian will be aggressive. She'll fight for the ball for you. You know, she has this burning desire in her, and she wants it so bad.
And good friend of yours also, Bridget.
Bridget, I'm going to miss her. She's got this shot that she can hit. She's got some post moves that are great, and she can box out. She's a force.
And you look at the academic side of St. Pius. Has that prepared you pretty well for the next step going to Greensboro Day? Because you sound like things are going pretty good in the communications department. You're doing very good at this. Has it prepared you academically of what you need the next challenge for Greensboro Day?
I think so, because my sister goes to Greensboro Day school, and she's very prepared.
Is she in the athletic department?
No.
Doing athletics? Just academics?
She does the arts.
And yourself into the arts too?
No, sir, just
No
basketball.
Arts. What other than basketball? I mean, you guys play it year round. What else are you doing?
I just work on school and basketball. It's basically my life.
Is it tough for a kid to be into that ingrained spirit of I'm a big time, I'm a full-time basketball player? How old would you be? Maybe 13, 14?
13, yes, sir.
As a 13-year-old, you're telling people I'm a full-time basketball player year-round. Is it tough to go ahead and grab that kind of situation, that kind of role early in life?
It is tough. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed with all my hopes and dreams, but I just know I have to work.
Could there be any shot, maybe not a shot, but people ask about this, maybe not as much in basketball, maybe in soccer. So they say, man, you play year-round, you're going to burn out doing all this. Is there every time you got to just back off, or what do you tell people when they think about that?
Sometimes I hope for a break in the summer. Doesn't normally happen, but if I don't have AU going on, I'm in the gym or school, and it's just continuous.
What about the benefits? There are some benefits at AAU. A lot of good travel. What are some places you've been to in the travel department on the AAU
I've
circuit?
been to Virginia, and I went to Ohio last year for nationals.
Have you made it down to Orlando? Do they go there at all?
We're going to Orlando this summer for 2 weeks, I believe.
That'd be good. Will you kind of centralize right in Disney World? Get in there?
Hopefully. I love Disney World.
You'd be right there. What do you like about Disney World?
It's the happiest place on earth.
Good point, good point. Have you been to all those different parks involved with Disney?
Yes, sir. It's great.
If they get a new one, I mean, is that the first thing you want to do when you get down to Disney World is go find that new park and get involved and find out what's going on there, I guess?
Hopefully, but basketball's my first priority.
All business, right?
Yes, sir.
Other people on this team, we got the 5 here. We got a big shout out for Ava, big shout out for Emma, Jillian, Bridget, and Mahlon with us. Anybody else we should throw the big shout out to from this team?
Elizabeth Knox.
I saw her name earlier, Lizzie Knox, right?
Lizzie Knox,
I saw
yes,
that
sir.
name written somewhere. What about Lizzie Knox?
Oh, well, I broke my wrist mid-season. Ava broke her thumb. She just had
I heard
to...
you guys had some injuries. Okay,
sir.
okay. Talk about that.
She had to step up as a player. She's a 7th grader, and a lot was put on her shoulders with us out.
And is she kind of like the little sister for some of your older girls? Maybe take her under your wing and kind of mentor her, and then as you did mentor her and bring her along, she came through for you.
She did. I believed in her, and I told Coach Shelton that she would come through when I broke my wrist.
And she did the job. How many games you have to miss?
I was out in December, and I came back January. I'm not sure. I was out for 5 weeks. So
I was thinking maybe 5 to 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. Well, that had to be kind of a tough blow too. 8th grade year, your last year with the team, they're making that big run. You're sitting over the bench having to watch. What was that like?
it was awful.
Be honest, there you go.
It was awful. I wanted to be out there.
How did you? I mean, I hear about these players out with injury. They still find ways to contribute. How did you contribute even though you were injured?
Well, I wanted to keep getting better on my left hand because I broke my right wrist.
Good. So you kept the ball in the left hand, probably kept dribbling.
Yes, sir.
And did you keep any charts over on the bench and just yell encouragement to your teammates?
I did. I tried to keep the bench cheering, although they did do great on their own. They were always cheering.
And you came back full strength after the wrist injury to your right wrist.
Yes, sir.
Who was the doctor in charge, attending physician? Remember?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we had a girl in here a couple of weeks back, Kara Shutt, Southeast Guilford. She kind of just about Kara. She had she was 3 points shy of 1,000, and she broke her ankle. So her career, senior, her whole career is over.
That was awful.
And then they gave her a chance in a Grimsley game. Grimsley said, well, we'll let you come out and take the first shot first half. That'll get you 2 points there. Then they did the same thing in the second half. So she did get her 1,000
That's
point.
great.
But you get those injuries sometimes. Those can slow you down. It didn't slow you down much. Once you got back, you were full steam ahead again.
Not much. I really worked until I got back.
And Mahlon, tell us about those being, you're a pretty serious player. It's all business. Those pregame rituals, did you really get intense into those?
I did, because that's the fun part. That's something that you have with your team and that you bond with. It's nothing compares.
Kind of brings out the best in everybody then, right?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do to celebrate that last game? You're an 8th grader at St. Pius. It's all over. Although it's not all over, it's really just the beginning in many other ways. But the ending point there, how'd you celebrate that last win?
We just kind of reminisced in the bus ride back about memories of all 4 years, all 9 years together.
Will you also keep your St. Pius top and not give it back? You going to buy that or keep that?
Hopefully not. I hope I don't have to give it back.
You got to keep that. What about anything else you take with you? Did you pick up anything along the way? Any little pieces of memorabilia to kind of mark the occasion of this year? Did you collect anything?
I did get MVP for Shamrock. I do have a trophy for
the
that.
whole big deal?
Yes, sir.
How many teams are there again? Maybe 30?
I don't know,
40
but it
teams?
covers like 4 states, I think.
And you got the MVP?
Yes, sir, because we won.
Well, I mean, that says a lot.
Thank you.
How many years? Wow. 38 teams involved there. And you got the MVP out of the whole shebang.
Well, yes, I guess.
And gosh, your teammates here with you today, and you were the top dog. That's good. Excellent.
We also had all-stars,
And who were they?
Emma and Jillian Hurd.
But you were the MVP.
Yes, sir.
Man, did they give you something for that, like a plaque or something?
A trophy.
Wow. I mean, at 38 teams, and the team goes 67-0, and you get the MVP.
Thank you.
Excellent. I mean, that means a whole lot. Or were the other teammates, they were proud of you, right? You got the job done. Were you one of the team captains as
Yes,
well?
sir. I was.
Team leader. What does it mean to be a team leader? How do you lead? And I'm going to let you get rolling soon, but I'll hit you a lot of these things. You're coming through pretty good leagues. What does it mean to be a captain, and how do you lead?
It was a trouble for me because I'm not usually the leader, but I really had to try to, because going to high school, you want to be a force and a leader. So
Man,
just
good stuff. So Greensboro Day is going to be getting a very good product next year when you step on that court over there.
I hope so. Yes.
Do you start mingling with those guys prior to the Greensboro Day arrival in Lawndale, drive out there with the team, with the Bengals? Do you get involved with their girls at all? Any practices or anything prior to next year? So you kind of get a feel for what it's like over there?
I actually do play with one of their players, Roxy Finney.
She's a good one.
Yes,
Yeah.
on AAU, my AAU team, and I played with Ellie and Lauren and their girls.
Yeah. Ellie, is that right?
Ellie Baldwin.
Yeah, Ellie Baldwin, because I saw both those girls in that Timco tournament. That's another one they want to win too. They made it to, I think they got 3rd place this year. So you're ready to go. What's going to be your role? You think when you get that Greensboro Day School team? What are you going to try to do when you join those girls? You're going to try to be a defensive help in the beginning, an offensive helper. How are you going to help out that team?
I always want to be an offensive helper, but I need to work on my defense a lot.
Done a very good job. Serious business. St. Pius Comets 67-0 with Ava and Emma and Jillian and Bridget and Mahlon. And Mahlon, what have your parents meant for this? Because they had to come with you probably a lot on all these road trips, all these visits, all these things. You've been on the road doing all this basketball. What are your parents meant to you? The family assistance, the family help they provided.
They just support me. They've just been there for me. They've told me that it's going to be okay when I broke my wrist. I couldn't have done any of it without them.
Tell you, it still means a lot to get that Shamrock MVP coming off of a broken right wrist, which is your primary
Shooting hand.
primary shooting hand. That's huge.
Thank you.
And what about do you guys have like a graduation day for St. Pius? Do you have that end of the year?
Yes. It's June 2nd, I believe.
That's going to be a pretty crazy day too, isn't it?
It'll be great. It's going to be so sad.
A lot of great memories. Excellent job for us.
Thank you.
Mahlon with us, and Emma with us, and Ava with us, and Jim.